And then if he moves back home, once again, you're applying to Target, you're applying to Ace Hardware, you're applying somewhere because you're not going to sit at home all day, every day, eating my food, enjoying my AC while you look for a grown-up job.
You talk a big game, but your wife is going to come poo-poo on that party, buddy. You already know that.
100%. 100%. You must be married.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for joining us for the PEBCAK Podcast, a weekly information security show featuring some all-around good people. It is week 22 of 2026. I'm Chris Louie, and hoping my OpenClaw install doesn't take over my network and lock me out. With me, we have my co-host Uncle Barbecue, who has completely revamped BrianDeach.com. Definitely go and check it out.
Yes, bring it on. Let's see what you guys got. It was 100% vibe coded and securely vibe coded as well. So I did everything in the design and everything in Claude, and then used Codex to do the security, like check for vulnerabilities and whatnot. And I think it was Opus 4.7. No, that can't be Opus.
No
That's
SQL injection.
Claude. Yeah, no SQL injections. But what is Claude? Codex uses, what's the third thing? Is it GPT Cyber or whatever?
Yeah, it's 5.5, I think. GPT
Yeah,
5.5. OpenAI's Codex.
What's funny is I told it, I said, as I was using Claude, I was like, hey, let's put up, Brian Deach, here's what you need to know about me, and do so securely. He's like, yeah, I got it. And then
Nobody
used
wants to know
Codex
anything
to do it.
about you.
Like,
Come on.
Yeah. But it did find 9 vulnerabilities. I will say the top 2 that were high, I knew it initially was going to be there because I was just like, I was being lazy. And I was just like, I created like an FTP password for GitHub to upload stuff. I was like, I'll do the SSH later, but that was the first one that it found. And another one is I have a fake login page, a little honeypot, and when you don't log in correctly, it logs. But the password to the PHP for that little, you can't even call it a database, whatever it is coded on the client side. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, I don't really care. I'm just curious.
It was bad because it was BD123.
No, there was
bald guys are sexy.
No, the password is Cloud God. I don't really care. All it is it's just a table that shows me if anybody was dumb enough to try to log in, it will just show me who tried, like what usanyme and password the user tried to get it. I don't think anyone's did it yet.
Oh, it was a honeypot. Yeah. Brian was trying to social engineer to get himself some credentials.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, something like that. And then I did a couple more like fictitious links that you would actually see if your WordPress site had been compromised before, then it would show up.
So you're putting like fake breadcrumbs there.
No, but it did something fun here. I'll show you guys, and you guys can describe what you're seeing here. Here's the reports, and I type in something. If you type in the wrong password,
skeleton with doing the loser L sign.
Yeah.
But funny. You used the wrong hand. You should have had it the backwards L.
Oh, look, I don't even know what my own password is. I thought I'm going to have to double check that one.
Yeah, use your password manager.
Instead, he's just let his browser remember passwords.
Oh, there we go. So there you go.
There you go. We try to get in.
Yeah. It just throws it in here. I will put a banner at the top that says...
Who tried to log in? You should say which losers tried to log in.
You log their IP.
Yeah, and if you go to, BrianDeach.com.
Can you spell your own name?
And this website doesn't actually exist, so we have Ben.
It's a decoy.
This is the decoy, and again, it doesn't matter what you type in.
Nice.
It gets you. Then if we come over here,
skeleton.
refresh, and we should see Ben's login. There we go.
Yeah, support cookies. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so we're having fun with it, along with some other crazy stuff that's in there as well.
AI's going to take our jobs.
Yeah, I just want to see if anyone lands in the honeypot. That's the better part. So,
yeah, give it some time. And we do not have Glenn Medina this week, who had to evacuate his house, and we hope he's doing okay.
Actually, Glenn he's not even a member anymore. It's been that long. He's been evicted.
Yeah. It's because they tried to do his own plumbing, and all of that stuff backfired on him, and we're not going to talk about what happened.
Ben, you need to put in headphones, buddy, or else Chris is going to have a hell of a time editing.
Our guest this week is the returning Ben Coral, who just celebrated his wedding anniversary with Mickey Mouse. Happy anniversary, Ben.
Well, the wife insisted on going and visiting and paying all the money to Mickey Mouse. So, but I'm being happy and making her happier. I mean, she's happy just because she's with me, but let's be clear. I wasn't enough.
Are you a Disney adult?
Oh, don't get me started. I will show you all of the pictures, yes. We walked around without.
I'll take that as a yes.
Disney.
Your stock just went down, Ben. You're no longer a man.
I can take it. I can handle it.
It's all right.
You
are a Marine, so we'll give you a pass on that.
He does.
Hoorah.
Combined, we have decades of information security experience here, not just to educate, but to entertain. We've got 4 awesome stories this week, so sit back, relax, and pre-order our book. Quick programming note here. We are officially reviving our PEBCAK's Guide to SE Life book. After putting the project on hold for a few years, I pulled it off the shelf, blew the dust off, and the book is now in full-blown production. In case you were wondering if this is a start-stop situation, a lot of the content has already been written, and we're moving into peer review soon. We'll be sure to have a big book launch once it becomes available.
So, as you would say, this is a we. Unless you're pregnant, there is no we. So far, this is 100% just you doing all the work, and you're waiting for everyone else to not be so busy so we can come back to it.
So he's being polite, as he always is.
Yeah. He is. He's a good man. I will give him that.
My name goes first in the credits, though.
I think we go alphabetically by first name. I go first.
This week, we're going to talk about a pre-Stuxnet campaign, Riot Games hacking the hackers. For our third topic, Apple tries to stop snatch and grabs, and close with obsolete technology talk. One really quick closing loop item here. Microsoft has released mitigations for the so-called YellowKey vulnerability that allowed anyone with physical access to a Windows device to bypass BitLocker's full disk encryption. Specifically, all you have to do is prevent the FSTX auto recovery utility from automatically starting when your recovery image launches. And I'm guessing this is pushed out through a GPO, but I guess I would call it a mitigation. This is not a full-on fix, but I guess that's one step closer to getting there. I'm still really curious. Like, was this like a backdoor, or was this working as intended?
Yeah.
All I would say is thanks again for telling us what you did, so we can just go in there and disable that.
Yeah.
Undo that change real quick. If you have physical access, all things are possible.
True. And that's the difference between the remediation versus mitigation. Remediation maybe wouldn't fully do it, but the mitigation is at least let me minimize it. Let me mitigate some of these circumstances. And to Brian's point, if I know exactly what you did to mitigate it, I can go and do the things that you did. In technology, ultimately, all things are possible.
All things are possible.
Indeed.
Yeah. No singing. Come on. I had enough of that last week.
Singing at Disney.
MICKEY.
Yes.
You are a loser.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Love you, bro.
Love you too.
For our first topic, I wanted to save this topic for when Ben came back on the show, as this will get quite geeky, and I'm going to have to lay this one out, so bear with me here. Fast16 isn't just old malware. This is a precision-guided software nuke from at least 5 years before Stuxnet. So we're talking about the 2005-ish timeframe, about 20 years ago from now. It was surgically going after high-precision industrial control software, basically advanced math software used only on things like nuclear reactors, dam design, and civil engineering. The kind of targets that make it undeniable that this was likely state-sponsored. The shadow brokers are referenced in this Fast16 leak. Those of you working in InfoSec about 10 years ago remember that this was the hacking group that dumped a ton of NSA hacking tools. Fast16 really is diabolical, and I do mean this in the best way possible, but you have to be an absolute psychopath to think up things like this. Now, Fast16 at its core manipulated data in memory, specifically high-precision math data. And what would you need high-precision math data for? Well, further analysis shows that the Fast16 malware only triggered on computers in a specific country, hint, hint, when calculating the yields of explosions that were a result of enriched uranium. So just think of a nuclear weapon. Of course, the suspected target country is Iran. This does predate Stuxnet. So if Iran uses software to test for, let's say, conventional explosives, not nuclear weapons, the data would have been fine. The other part that makes it so diabolical is its worming capabilities. So once a system was infected, it would infect other devices on the network, presumably because if one scientist was getting weird numbers, they tried on another machine and another machine to verify it so that they would get the same flawed results, because this virus just spread throughout the entire network. Now there's even a section of code that literally says, nothing to see here, move along, and that should have thrown up more red flags than a Chinese military parade.
I love the analogy at the end. I love that little thing. But again, this is pure genius with the logic behind this. I'm reading this, like I said, I was impressed. Checking the origin of the system, because after all, when the Windows sysadmin, when your sysadmin, Unix, Windows, whatever builds a system, it's of course going to say, what is your location? Why would they choose to say that you're not in the country that you're in? Then they'd have to add in different language packs, all of that thing. Even the stinking weather app that's going to be there on a system, you want that to be accurate. So of course you're going to say the country that you're in. So again, brilliant that you're checking the origin of it. Then there's that logic, the programming, that normal explosive yields, they're not going to trigger anything. Somebody is putting some thought and logic and everything here. Why reveal yourself for non-important things? Logic bombs. They're only going to detonate when a certain criteria is met. So they're putting
and this is like really, really limiting the imaginary blast radius of this, because like if Iran was building like a dam, like you don't want to mess with their calculations for building a dam because that could have dire consequences. But
yes,
if they're building a nuclear weapon, well, most norms would say, yeah, we can mess with their data if they're trying to build a nuclear weapon.
Yeah. I don't care if you're doing X, but if you're doing Y, yeah, I care. The world cares, absolutely. And then looking at these dates here, 2005-ish of the world, that the worming capability, that was just the era of the worm. So think Code Red, Nimda, Blaster. Those were the days of that worming technology that was just going and knocking down all these different organizations in that late 2001 type era. So again, that code creator being there thinking about if we get these weird looking numbers on this system, the first thing you're going to do is try to replicate it on the next system. Oh, well, if it's only that one system, we just stop using that one system. So knowing that you need to put it on all those other systems and using that same, again, kudos to the mind behind who is able to create this as well. All of those different calculations, I am impressed.
This is like total chef's kiss.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of thought went into this.
And that's his thing. This was done decades, not just years, but decades ahead of the AI revolution that we're now living in. So no vibe coding, Mr. Deitch. They did this on their own actual coding. This is code that Dade Crash Override Murphy would be proud of. What's the movie reference, Brian?
No idea.
Chris?
Swordfish?
Crash Override? You don't know that one?
No.
It's a classic. It's Hack the Planet.
Hack the Planet.
Hack the Planet.
Hackers.
Never seen it.
Hackers.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yes. No,
it's Hackers. It's the old Hackers.
So then
very young Johnny Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie.
You just stole my trivia question.
Oops, sorry. I didn't read ahead.
No. Well, here. Then the next trivia question. So Crash Override was Johnny's handle. What was his girlfriend's handle? What was Angelina Jolie's handle?
Well, since Brian didn't watch it, I guess I have to answer it. It was Acid Burn.
Acid Burn.
The joke in the end was Crash and Burn.
Yes. Love it. Love it. See?
All right. Brian, I know what movie we're going to watch at the next security summit then.
I can't wait.
Waiting on bated breath.
Yeah.
Love it.
So what's amazing about this is like I guess the fact that it's been predated in all of these years, we have never even found it.
Like no one's ever figured it out. Some hats off to Sentinel-1. They're the ones that like got curious about it. I think it was it? I can't remember the exact origin. It might have been referencing like the Karuna exploit kit or something. There was this reference to Fast16, and they're like, what is this Fast16 that everyone keeps talking or that keeps showing up? And they said the only reference to Fast16 was in this NSA hacking tool dump by the shadow brokers. And they're like, huh, okay. And then they started like pulling the threads, and oh boy, did they pull the threads on this one.
Maybe they're thinking ahead, and they're just like, Fast and Furious will eventually get to 16. This will obfuscate all searches.
It is, yeah. Fast and Furious 1 came out in 2001, I believe. So yeah, it's very possible.
Did it say how many 0 days were embedded in that? Were being exploited?
I don't think this one knows, not specifically, because it targets like one specific piece of software.
Yeah.
But still, to be able to spread like a worm, you gotta.
That's true. Yeah, Stuxnet had 4 0 days, which is a lot for.
But the worming capability is not what is impressive, because you can spread once you get inside. There was no segmentation in 2005. You could have used SMB, you could have used NetBIOS and spread throughout. I mean, that's why the Code Red and NIMDA were so prolific, is because they just used those sorts of technologies in order to spread.
Same, yeah, like the Morris worm just used the fingering protocol.
Yeah. You just wanted to say fingering on the podcast.
The 12-year-old mind.
It's a real thing. Look it up.
Look it
They
up.
said it can be done.
Oh.
All right, I just won $20 from somebody.
Oh, yes, yeah. The fingered fingered protocol. Love it.
Yeah.
Finger bang bang. You guys remember that from South Park?
No.
They're like, they got access to I think like HBO or something. He's like, yeah, let's go out. He's like, they're like finger bang. He's like finger bang bang. And
do the finger guns, yeah.
Yeah, the finger guns. But they're talking about something else.
Gotta clarify for the audio listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought this was really cool stuff. Like, this is the stuff artists say. Like, it's one of those things, like, if they were cooking these things up 20 years ago, like, what are they doing today that we're going to find out in about 20 years?
Well, they're vibe coding things now and creating their own websites.
No, what they're going to do is Mythos, GPT, 5, whatever, 5, 6 cyber, whatever, and then other nation states are going to start just finding all these holes in code and be like, oh, this broke our tool. I guarantee you there's other things been around as long, or maybe even shorter for sure, than all of those that were just going to be rendered useless.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I've been reading a couple of articles where people are taking these 35-year-old computers, connecting them and pointing at some of these Opus scans and some of these things at those and saying, yeah, what are you going to find here? You know, impressive if you can get it networked, if you can get it communicating, and then if you can start detecting things on those systems as well.
Yeah.
Geeking out more.
So, have you guys seen the TV show called Tehran?
Theron?
Tehran.
Hayron. I have not.
TH, then it's Iran, but Tehran. I could have swore Guy told me to watch it. And so I'm on season 3, and it's coming to the point, like, it's heavily subtitled, right? They're speaking Arabic and other languages in there to the point where I'm starting to recognize words. I'm like, oh my God, this is actually working.
You're learning Farsi.
Yeah. So it's coming. The weird part that's coming through is like, and I've gone and I've asked. I'm like, wait a second, like this is supposed to be like a pro-Israel thing because they're getting into Iran.
Guy told you to watch it.
Well, no. Like, I mean, part of it, like why? So that was the first red flag because like I'm watching it. Guy is Israeli, and then I'm watching the show thinking like it's a spy versus spy thing. And in season 3, they're looking for the nukes in Iran, and I'm like, as you watch the show, you're like, wow, like Iran seems like a great place to live, a lot of nice people, and these Israel people are complete buttheads. You're like, what's going on? And then like you come to find out, it's just like they intentionally made it to make the Iranian people more relatable and sympathetic. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like I really felt like it was like a real pro-Israel thing, but you watch it and you're just like, I don't know that it is. But I will say in season 3, they're doing some of the stuff, like they're showing the bad of, if you're a woman and you happen to make eye contact with a man in the streets, like what happens to you.
The morality police.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. But you guys haven't seen that show?
I have not.
I have not.
Now,
no.
I pulled it up on Wikipedia, of course. It looks like season 1's from 2020, season 2's 2022, and then season 3 was 24 and 25. So, all right, I got it open now.
Every 2 years, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how this ends. I will also say, without spoiling too much right here, what is the name? The IDF?
Israeli Defense Force.
Yeah. Do they have a version of the CIA, or is it just the IDF?
That's like their CIA,
you got Mossad,
IDF.
you got IDF,
yeah,
you got
Mossad. Yeah, maybe Mossad would be closer to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mossad's everywhere in Iran. They're looking for this one woman, but there's literally probably thousands of Mossad everywhere. Like, I'm like, why are you guys so focused on this one chick? And then 2, anytime they're doing an operation, they have like complete control over every computer, camera in like any government building in Iran. I'm like, you guys could have just done this remotely. Like, why are you sending people in? Like, I don't understand.
Because AI is not going to take every job. Those are some of the jobs that AI will not take.
They're just like,
human intelligence on the ground.
You're like, let me hack the power plant real quick. Okay, I'm in. Wait, no, it doesn't work like that. And then it shows like every once in a while, I'll show like a glimpse of like what the lady's doing on the computer. And it's just like telnet. I'm like, okay, all right, get the hell out of here. Like,
all right, 1999 protocol.
But I'm like, if telnet was open here, and then somebody just like, it's a good show, I guess. I'm addicted to it just because I don't know what the hell's going on. But then in the same breath, they're like, they're smuggling in, stuff to make a nuclear weapon. I'm like, it's Iran. Why do they have to smuggle it in? Like, they just could you just bring it in? Like, it's like an Amazon delivery. Yeah, like
why is it and yellow cake?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, So, anyways,
the amount of times I find FTP, not secure FTP, not FTPS, FTP over ports 2021 in the year 2026.
Is it 2021 or 2122?
22 is SSH, so it's 2021.
Yeah, it's 2021.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Don't make me think. Don't make me question myself.
I'm here for you, buddy.
All right, for our second talk, we have 2 of my favorite story themes here. Number 1, online gaming, and number 2, hacking the hackers. Riot Games makes the popular game League of Legends and Valorant, and with popular video games come the flood of cheaters and the cat and mouse games of detecting and banning cheaters with their proprietary Vanguard anti-cheat software. This past week, Vanguard's stories dropped on the internet, and the internet collectively lost its mind because the headlines were just absolutely glorious. Riot Games found a way to brick the $6,000 gaming PCs of cheaters. In response to the internet uproar of clickbait titles, Riot came out swinging and said, no, we're not bricking your PCs with their Vanguard anti-cheat system. They said they would not and cannot do that, which I do believe them when they say that. What's really happening here is Vanguard is now actively destroying direct memory access, or DMA cheat firmware. For the non-gamers or the ones who actually play fair, DMA cheats are hardware level stuff. So you plug in some fancy, it looks like a graphics card. So you plug in this card that lets you cheat at a very low level. It gets to the direct hardware level, bypassing a lot of the software protections. Riot's anti-cheat is hitting back at the hardware now by turning on native integrity enforcement capabilities, rendering these DMA cheat hardware cards useless. Now, in my opinion, cheaters ruin online games. I've been a victim of that myself, and the same cat and mouse we deal with in enterprise security every day. Riot is simply turning on a native feature to protect memory integrity and is perfectly fine in my book. It leaves the host PC just fine and only disables the cheating device. Now, the line gets crossed when the anti-cheat software becomes spyware, but that's another story for another day.
Of course you'd be okay with it, you big gaming Zionist.
Like, wait a minute, how did I get lumped in?
But that's the thing. I mean, a couple of things is you throw out a couple of things that I'm like, whoa, we got to drill in on this. Number one, found a way to brick the $6,000 gaming PC. I'm like, your gaming PC cost what? At least 12 grand?
Mine, no. My gaming PC is actually from 2020. It's horribly obsolete.
Yeah, obsolete because he spent 12 grand on it and it still works. So yes. But no, and that's that thing, is that last line of, when do you cross lines? When is it okay to cross the line? When do the ends justify the means as well? But when the good and the right thing is being done, when does it blur? I do agree with you, stopping cheaters and leveling the playing field. It's not just right. I believe it's the responsibility of the game maker. If they create an online multiplayer game and their intentions or expectations are that folks are going to play together or against each other, so I'm not playing against the system, I'm playing against you, I'm playing against Deech, then that manufacturer or the host is obligated to prevent cheaters. In order to do this, I expect them to have some sort of monitoring and detection mechanisms in place for certain types of activity that would, EUB, end user behavior activity, game player activity, that would indicate that one is in fact cheating. So
I say create a cheaters lobby, just throw all the cheaters in one place and let them bang it out, right?
Brian is describing the enhanced games that just came out.
See?
Which I don't think they broke any records, right?
One. They broke one.
What was it? Failure
it was
to
a
pass a
swimming
drug
one,
test?
I think. I can't remember. Okay. There's one, and then one guy that did not use steroids, but he used a banned swimsuit. Like, he broke the record by using this banned swimsuit. Yeah. I'm like, how can this, first of all, why would you ban a swimsuit? Like, what's a performance enhancing swimsuit? Like, I don't know.
Especially on a dude, right? Does it just like, or is it like, like it's just covering your junk? Like, how big was that guy's dong that he needed to
creating drag?
Yeah, so much drag.
And it takes him 30 minutes to get into that swimsuit. 30 minutes.
Probably. I've actually, yeah. Oh, what if the swimsuit turns your dong into a propeller?
A propeller.
Helps you. Yeah, that way you can go faster.
Get a little extra propulsion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, we'll just go with that.
Wow. All right, you totally derailed me. Now but
sorry.
No, hear me out.
Yeah.
Take those coders from the first story and let them start deciding and figuring out ways of finding and punishing these cheaters now. You said, what are they doing now? 20 years later, I think this would be a good use of their talents.
Yeah, that's what I can't remember if Apple was like that, because Apple has like a love-hate relationship with the jailbreakers, and I think it's like, well, they hate them because they keep breaking their software, but they also like want to hire them because they're really, really good at finding Apple vulnerabilities.
Yes.
So Mikey, my son, is huge into jailbreaking, and he says like that entire community is down to like one guy, and that one guy is pretty much given up, and the rest of that community went to go work for Apple.
Yeah.
And so like they
joined the light side.
I think there was a recent jailbreak for like iOS 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you just have to hope that you have an iOS device running on that OS. Otherwise, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying Michael's going to get a job at Apple soon?
Hey, there's worse places to live, I think.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, still a good company to work for.
Yeah, but again, I do believe that it's the responsibility of these game manufacturers to have some level of oversight and controls to prevent the cheating. Yet, they should not not be utilizing that oversight to misuse the data of the gamers. So that privacy still matters.
Yeah, I guess there's two things that come to mind. The first is back in the day, I think it was the late 2000s, that Sony had that DRM on their audio CDs, and you pop the audio CD in your computer, and it basically installs a rootkit. Like, no, yes. I don't want Sony installing a rootkit on my compuber. And the bypass of that was use a black Sharpie and color the outside, because they always wrote it on the outside of the ring.
Do you remember the DRM for the games had to do with wasn't the wobble of like how of the CD, like how it was etched in, is the way they could delineate between an original copy versus a pirated one.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember that one. Remember the big one within the last like 10 years was Denvuno or something, where it gets its entropy from something completely random on your machine, and then it's like nearly impossible. But that's how it gets the private key, and then it's like nearly impossible to break.
Come on,
But,
now
okay.
I'm still thinking back to the Nintendo day with Contra, with up, down, down, left, right, select, start. All of that.
Funny enough, that's an Easter egg on my website. The Konami code.
You should try entering that in.
Did either one of you guys ever have for the Nintendo DS the R4?
I had the R4. Yeah.
You did? Okay.
See,
go run and get it. If you give me 2 minutes, I can actually run and get it. I know
Chris
exactly where
comes
mine
for
is.
money. I mean,
So
I don't know if it's money, if it's lack of money, because the whole point of the R4 was you can't afford the games. So you had to buy this device to get games.
yeah.
What's funny is once Nintendo sued R4 out of existence, then a bunch of shell or fake companies came up with like different versions of the R4, but then they were all time bombed, so that after a certain amount of use, they just bricked that we'd have to go out and buy a new one, and then that got reverse engineered with different software. Yeah, it was kind of wild how that all worked.
Going back to logic bombs.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say was the game makers being invested in stopping cheaters. Like, I think financially they have a motivation to do that, because there are certain games that are completely ruined because of cheaters. Then no one plays it. Like the Call of Duty, specifically World at War, so Call of Duty 5. They still have online service for it, but literally no one will play it because it's just filled with cheaters, and Activision won't kick the cheaters from that. So just nobody plays it anymore.
And that's the thing. It's not always just the cheaters, but you have the pay to play, and you have people that'll drop $100 a month, whatever, and then you have the casual players. They're never going to have a good gaming experience. So it's
pay to win. They call it pay to win.
Pay to win.
Yeah.
And how do you find and how do you allow the casual players to be on their own instance? And then you put those highly competitive ultra ones that are out there. Otherwise, they're going to end up bullying, and those that might turn into pay to play later, they just leave their platform.
Get that far because they just quit.
Yes.
They just get mad and they quit. Yeah, because Deech plays Fortnite, and they have the model where you can pay all the money you want, and the upgrades are purely cosmetic. You get no benefit whatsoever.
I know, that's why he still sucks. Cosmetic. I mean, he looks good, but he still sucks. Well, I mean, and nowadays you have all these universities and stuff. They have these esports teams and all of that. I mean, they're literally gaming in school and coming together as teams. I mean, they've got JV, they have varsity. I mean, this is real life.
Yeah, millions of dollars on the line too,
and it's fun.
Yep, I love poning noobs.
I mean, Brian was still telling me about he's still playing World of Warcraft.
That's making a comeback, or trying to.
It's trying, is it?
Trying to, yeah. During the pandemic, they had another boom. I actually rejoined during the pandemic because one of our coworkers convinced me to join back. It was fun for a bit, and then it got repetitive, and I remember why I quit.
Exactly. Yes. All right. Fair enough.
For our third topic, Apple is cooking up something for a future release of iOS where if someone yanks your phone out of your hand, it will auto-lock instantly. That was a smart move on paper, especially here in California or a big city where phone snatches happen far too often. Based on available reporting of the feature, it's detecting a sudden aggressive pull versus you just setting your phone down normally. Apple is planning to use the sensors in the iPhone, such as the accelerometer, and this new feature ties right into all the other protections that Apple has already layered on in the past year, such as stolen device protection that requires a biometric authentication and a time delay to change the passcode to prevent coercion attacks. Stolen phones are a pain, and this could cut down on the quick grab and run thefts, where the thief immediately tries to factory reset it or sell it before the Find My kicks in. From a security perspective, this is great. A thief snatching an unlocked phone from an unsuspecting victim can give them access to their accounts and make purchases and access the victim's accounts while it's still unlocked. But with every great new feature, there are bound to be false positives. You could possibly be at the gym with Cody, hand him your phone real quick, or your kid yanks the phone from you to watch the YouTubes. Apple's going to have to tune that sensitivity just right, or people will have to accept the inconvenience of availability to protect confidentiality, the good old CIA triad.
Okay, you drop your phone. Is that that suddenness and then locking your phone? Are you okay? Or if your phone, what level of locking is this as well? No, but again, I commend Apple for coming out with this feature because this is a problem. You've got these $1,000, $1,500 phones, and somebody snatches it, grabs it, pawns it for $300, sells it to somebody else for $300, and then all of a sudden that person's like, "Ooh, I got a $300 phone," but now you have to go and replace it. So
yeah,
so I can see why they're doing that, but are you willing? And this is that thing of, I've said for years, security does not need to be seamless. People are willing to accept security controls. People are willing to accept a man trap. People are willing to accept swiping your badge to get into a building. Turnstiles, again, all acceptable physical controls. They accept passwords in order to log on to your account, to get access to your email, and even multi-factor. People are willing to accept security controls that make sense when they understand the risk. Now, these snatch and grabs. Got it. Are you concerned about your phone? I'm going to say far too many people are not concerned about their phone, because every time I go in a coffee shop, people leave their laptop and their phone and their wallet and they go to the bathroom. Or they take their wallet and they go to the register to get a refill.
Yep.
Wild. Wild. And I'm just like, ooh, I could get a $3,000 laptop and a $1,000 phone, walk straight out of this coffee shop. Who needs the latte? I'm now good.
And Brian's having audio issues. Oh, good. When you open it, it might recover, and then just have like a part 1 and part 2, and I'll figure out how to stitch it together. Are you recording part 2? All right.
We'll make fun of him while he's recovering. Well, I do, but now I have another excuse.
Yeah, I live here in the Bay Area, and for a while, I did take public transit, actually, for the first decade, maybe, in my career. I took public transit, and I saw my fair share of snatch and grabs. And, I mean, it's one of those, you live and you learn. You learn lessons living in a big city, that you don't pull out your phone, or back in the day, it was an iPod. You don't pull out an iPod near the exit door, because someone just run up, snatch it, and then just run out that exit door. And then I would say when I took the train up to the city during RSA, there's a guy on the BART train. He had over-the-ear headphones on, so noise-canceling headphones. He had his laptop out. He had like 2 phones on the seat next to him, sitting right next to the door. I said, either you're way too trusting, or this is your first time riding public transit in the Bay Area.
I have a feeling Chris is the type of guy that, like, he'll be on a train or the BART, and there's he's sitting by the exit, right? And some innocent old lady just got mugged, took her purse or laptop or thing, and then Chris could do the right thing and like intercept the guy on his way out, but he just doesn't do anything, just watches. So messed up.
Drop kick the guy.
No, see, you're the one who's going to chase the guy just so you can like tackle him and take him down, and Chris is just going to hand the old lady $500. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Here, make sure you can get home. And, not knowing that that's a scam, and that was her grandson that snatched her purse, and she's trying to get sympathy from people.
Hey, that's the scam. Yeah, exactly.
I think I would be open for any reason to get into a conflict like that. Like, what's the guy's name? Something Kenyotis? Like, what would you do? Whatever. Like, I want to be like, so like, we appreciate that you interjected, but the whole body slam thing was out of context, dude. She was just, she was defending like why she made the fries a little extra. and that guy was completely
Well, actually,
not
crispy.
that bad. Yeah. Little-
So Brian grew up watching the commercials of who was that? The Super Bowl office linebacker Terry Tate.
Terry Tate.
And Brian's like,
linebacker.
"Pump me in, coach. Pump me in."
You need a cover sheet on your TPS report, Doug.
I just want to open up a can of whoop-ass. So,
That would be the perfect job for Brian.
yeah.
There's a reason I work from home and I rarely go into the corporate office. I can just hear Brian's feet running through the halls. Nope, not playing this today.
All right, this will be a short one, but for our last topic, it'll be a rotating topic every week. This week, we're going to talk about what's a problem humanity solved so well that younger people don't even realize it used to be a huge issue. And I'll start, since this was my question, to give you guys some time to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
The most mind-blowing one for me is the chicken pox vaccine. Because I'm of the age where when I was younger and somebody caught chicken pox, my parents would just bring us all over to that person's house so we would catch the chicken pox, and like that, because that was the thing. Like, you would get chicken pox when you were young, you build immunity to it, because apparently when you get it when you're older, it's much, much worse. They want you to get it young. And like my kids nowadays, like they just get a shot. Like they invented a chicken pox vaccine, unbeknownst to me. I never heard of it until I had kids. And like apparently this is not a thing anymore, that you have to like intentionally give your kid herpes to build their immunity.
Pause. Give them herpes.
Chicken pox is a version of herpes.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a South Park episode on this one.
You know,
That's where Brian gets all his knowledge.
that's why he's old.
Apparently not this one.
It's a variant. I should say it's a variant of herpes. But yes, chicken pox.
The herp with the perp.
Yeah.
Do you-
So
fun-
like, I was actually talking about this with like other dads or other parents. Like, yeah, I remember, that pink stuff, the calamine lotion, and
Yep.
we needed like heat pads and ice packs, and yeah, it was miserable, and we all remember it. Like, it scarred us like psychologically that we all got this chicken pox, and nowadays kids don't even have to worry about that.
Well, I mean, the two things that come to mind is knowing how to get somewhere, because I was chatting with my wife, kids in the back seat the other day, and my wife's going somewhere that we've been a dozen times, and she still plugs it into the GPS. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know where you're going. And why are you putting into the GPS? Well, I want to know the traffic. I want to know if I'm going to be rerouted. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, detours.
Yeah,
Sure.
all of this. And I'm like, I remember 30 years ago going to MapQuest, printing off directions, and if you missed something, you missed it. And you just had to
you're
figure
screwed.
it out.
You find a gas station, you pull over and ask.
And hope that they understand something. Yeah, and where's the highway is about the extent. Get me to Highway 10, and that's all I need, or the even numbers versus odd numbers, but get me to the interstate, and that's all I needed. But that's about as much as you would do. So navigation. But once you made it to a downtown, good luck navigating around. But the second was we've got Find My on our kids' devices. Let me know where people are at.
Yeah.
Just craziness of being out and about, not knowing where anybody was at, but also I needed to make a phone call, and I was like, I had to look to find a payphone. So last week, again, we were hanging out with Mickey and friends. We were at Disney Springs, and there was a payphone on a wall. And my 15-year-old's like, what in the world is that?
Like, that's how we know we're old.
I'm like, what do you mean, what is that?
Well, before you had this phone in your pocket.
She has never even known where we had a landline at home, because in her 15 years, we've all had cell phones and never even had a home phone, much less a payphone.
Yeah.
So like Ben, I have two. The first one I had to edit out. Porn, the access to porn was so hard. I used to have to
you
walk.
Pay the guy at the convenience store. Right?
Yeah, you didn't have to steal it,
or
or
your dad's closet.
Yeah, like go walk down the creek and hope to find like a muddied page that you can like kind of hone in on.
Box.
Yeah. I remember my stack like in 5th grade was like just torn pages of stuff just kind of assembled that I hid in the box spring of my bed. But yeah. So on the
grade.
note of what you can actually put on there, I would say information access, right? Like it used to be, you'd have to read the book, right? And then the book became digital and it's Control F. Now you don't have to do that. You have to just Option F. Now you just go to Google or ChatGPT and just find the answers so much easier. You don't have to go to libraries. You don't have to get an encyclopedia. You don't do any of that. I always think it's so funny. Like we'll be out like with a group of people and they're like, oh, what was that one thing? I can't remember. I'm like, if only we had something that fits in the palm of our hand that we can ask it any question, just know instantly.
Look it up.
Yeah. Like, why are you guys lazy?
I think that was the whole iPhone revolution. Now everybody had all the world's information at your fingertips.
Yeah. And then, there's that saying that, what is it about a broken clock?
Still right twice a day.
Right twice a day.
Yeah.
But those who have never seen an analog clock have no idea what we're talking about.
And what I always said, I actually thought of this one on the fly today with a customer. I was like, well, technically it's wrong 86,398 times or 96 times. So you can say it's right twice a day, but it's wrong a whole lot. Yeah.
Wow.
And,
That's
Nice.
true.
And I can thank DNS TTL for that one because I don't think that I would have remembered that there was 86,400 seconds in a day without that.
That's true. Yeah. 128 is the base value for that one.
Nice.
Yep. And then I was going to pile on to one of your guys. I can't remember now.
The first one of mine, you perv.
Maps.
Well, I was going to
calls,
say, I mean,
phones.
similar to like having the information in your pocket. Like when I did reports now, I'm guessing when Ben did reports, you had to go to the library, get the big book encyclopedia. And we had a set of encyclopedias at home, and that became the Encarta CD. So if you remember Encarta, Microsoft's encyclopedia, then we had that CD, and then you have to get updates because it'd get out of date pretty quickly. And then now we have Wikipedia, and then we have ChatGPT.
I remember a book of encyclopedias was like $1,000.
Yeah, the door-to-door salespeople trying to sell you a set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot, remember answering the phone, not knowing who it was? Like there was not, it's not like it was unavailable or like whatever. It's not even the phone number. It's just nothing. It's just a phone sitting in the corner.
Phone, who dis?
Yeah. Who dis?
Oh.
Who dis?
See, going back another movie reference, Sneakers. The answering machine was one of the things tips off. So yes, an answering machine because you didn't want to answer the phone, you let it go to the answering machine. See who it is.
Screen your calls that way. Yeah.
So, Chris, going back to your statement of having to pay out the convenience store person. So when I was 16, I was in San Diego on a family trip, and I went into this shady area of town, and I was like, I'm going to try to buy some adult content. And the guy let me buy it. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So then I went back, and then the next day I came back, and this time I doubled up, bought some more. And then on the third day, he's like, hey, dude, how much do you need? He's like, you're not old enough to have this. I've already done you a solid. And then I ran away embarrassment. Yeah.
He did you a solid.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
All right. Well, I don't think we're going to top that, so we'll end it there.
Yeah.
We continue to get great comments about our dad joke of the week.
Dad joke of the week.
This week, our guest, Ben, is up.
All right, here we go, Brian. Best joke of the day.
All right.
Well, only joke of the day so far. R.I.P. boiling water. You will be missed.
Not even going to laugh.
Took him a minute. It took him a minute. That's how good it was.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. I was watching Lord of the Rings, last weekend, so I'll let you redeem yourself here. What do elves learn in school?
Elvish.
The alphabet.
Not going to laugh. You guys don't understand. I don't like these jokes.
You don't have to like them.
It's the
That's the whole point of a dad joke.
It's the one thing if we could redo this whole thing, we would never do this.
When we do the Brian podcast, you can cut out the dad jokes.
Well,
But if it's just the Brian podcast, everyone gets that explicit header on it as well. That everything that we bleep out for him.
That's our thing. That's our signature.
That's the reason why people know. They're like, oh, the podcast is over. Don't have to hear this. And they turned off.
Yeah. Well, it's to our credit, we save it to the end.
Okay.
So you don't like it, just shut it off early.
I'm just bitter because I can't think of them. So.
All right, to wrap things up, Fast16 predates Stuxnet to take out Iran's nuclear weapons program. Riot Games disable hardware anti-cheat devices. Apple's building anti-snatch and grab technology, and long live MapQuest. That's all I have for this week. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Find us on LinkedIn. Links will be in the description. Follow us on Instagram at PEBCAK Podcast. Thank our listeners and subscribers. Rate us 5 stars in the iTunes Store and Spotify, and left us a review. We appreciate you all spreading the word to help grow the show. The best way to find us is search for the PEBCAK Podcast on your favorite podcast listening app. My co-host Brian Deach and our guest Ben Coral. I'm Chris Louie. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next weekend. As always, have a nice day.
Bye, Felicia.
Later.
And no, Brian, we do not hear that because Zoom filters out the noise.
So you'll have to edit it out. So. And stop.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll hear it on the Audacity recording.
Have a nice day.